Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share some baby products that I do not regret purchasing. These will be products that are more on the pricier side, and even though they were pricey in price, I do not regret buying them, and I felt like they were 100% worth it. I have everything written down on my notes on my phone, so I'm going to keep looking down at that. I don't have any specific order that I'm going to be sharing these. I'm just going to jump right in. If I think of anything else, I will make sure to leave it down on the description box. I will be sharing a total of 10 items today, so without further ado, let's get started. The first item I'm going to be talking about are baby wearing products. When I was pregnant with Lucy, I purchased the Solly Baby wrap. I felt like that was probably going to be the only baby wearing item I was going to need. And later on, I ended up purchasing the Wild Bird wrap. I used to think you do not need more than one, and those were fairly similar. However, once I did purchase the Wild Bird, I discovered that they are actually pretty similar but different. This is why I think you need both of them. The Solly Baby one I loved using for when Lucy was a newborn up until she was about 6 months old, maybe a little less, because I didn't continue wearing her for too long after that. But I felt like that wrap was perfect for when she was super itty bitty. She would take naps on me. I would just wear her while I'm trying to get things done around the house. I would even go on walks with her while I was wearing her. So that one was very comfortable to wear her. However, once she started getting a little bit older and started to weigh a little bit more, it was very uncomfortable on my back. I can't remember exactly how many months old Lucy was, maybe around 8 to 9 months when we finally purchased the Wild Bird one. And the Wild Bird wrap is a sling, like you wear your baby kind of like on your hip. And I was thinking that one was probably going to be a lot more better on my lower back. And it was. I loved carrying Lucy for as long as she allowed me with that wrap. So this is why I feel like both of them are so worth it. The Solly Baby one for when your baby is a lot smaller, newborn to about 6 months or so, maybe a little bit more. And then the Wild Bird for when your baby is older. Wearing your baby on your hip is a game changer. It makes it a lot more easier to carry that weight on your side versus your stomach, because it does affect, well, it affected my back at the end of the day. Another thing, these wraps are fantastic for the current world we are living in. I know I was guilty of wearing Lucy when we would go out and about, just so that way I knew she was safe and protected while I was wearing her and nobody would really come close to her. I know I have spoken about Lovevery on my channel before, with good reason. Lovevery is fantastic. It is a subscription box that you can get every so often for your child, and I just love that these are toys that are specifically for your baby's age. They took the trouble of me needing to look for specific toys for when Lucy was at specific ages, and there is just so much research behind them. I don't know exactly too much about the company and what they do. I just know that Lucy absolutely loves their toys, and every so often we rotate the toys, and she just gets super excited whenever I bring out old toys that she hadn't seen in a while. Every so often when she's going to be receiving a new box, I honestly feel like I get more excited than she does. And the great thing about their toys is that they are open-ended play. She definitely uses her imagination and can stay playing for quite some time, entertaining herself while I'm trying to get something done. With Lovevery, it is a subscription, so you can choose to cancel at any time. We have been getting it since Lucy was born. We also got their play gym. We recently just brought it back out, and we added the little tent over it since Lucy's a little bit older and she can go inside and play. And she has really been enjoying that. Their subscription boxes is also a great gift that you can give a baby for a birthday present or a Christmas gift. And you can, like I said, cancel at any time. We still continue receiving them. Lucy just got her recent box, and I think it's the 16, 17, 18 box. After 1 year, they go every 3 months, I believe. I haven't regretted it one bit, so I feel like it is definitely a subscription box that is well worth it. I was a mom that never wanted to get a playpen. I didn't think we were going to benefit from it. However, once Lucy started to crawl, I quickly realized I needed something to trap her in or keep her safe in place. I would be doing dishes and she would already be halfway through the living room, and it was honestly kind of driving me crazy because I was constantly having to stop and run and check on her and make sure she's not somewhere she shouldn't be. We got the plastic kinds. We purchased it from Amazon. What I really love about this playpen is that we can build it into a playpen. So basically like a rectangle, and she stays put inside. There's a little door, she can come in and out, and that's how we had it for the last maybe 2 or 3 months. We would just leave the door kind of unlatched and she would just walk in and out and play whenever she'd like. Now that Lucy is a straight up walker, she has no interest in staying confined inside of that playpen. So this is what I loved about this playpen, is that we can actually open it up and it doubles as kind of like a barrier. So now we have it wrapped around our fireplace and the TV stand, and I know that she's not going to get into anything and hurt herself. So it is very, very convenient and so well worth it. Just before Lucy started walking, we purchased a activity walker. I don't remember where I purchased it from, and we purchased it, she wasn't quite walking yet. So the front side of the walker, I'll insert photos for everything if I haven't mentioned that already. So the front part of the walker has like a little activity section, and she would really entertain herself while us holding her in front of it. Then when she was able to pull herself up and started taking a few steps, that was a great walker that really encouraged her to take steps. Come on. She enjoyed it so much and still uses it till this day. Even if she's not using it to really support herself to walk, she likes playing with the little activity stuff in the front. So it is so universal. Lucy was still pretty young when we purchased one of those like foamy like play mats. We got ours on Amazon again. I'm going to try to link everything down below. And we loved it so much. We had it inside in the living room, and then later on we added the playpen around it. So that was really great to have underneath it. Before we had the playpen, we used to have her Lovevery play gym, so that just added like an extra padded support. And it was really nice to just have that designated play area for her. It was so cute. I actually love all the patterns that they had. And we loved that playmat so much that we ended up buying a second. So we would have one for inside, and then the second one we ended up using it outside every time we would do like activities. So this is gonna be great for like spring and summertime. I think having two isn't necessary, but we benefit out of it, so that way we didn't have one outside and getting it dirty and then having to bring it back inside. They were just absolutely wonderful. We still use it. As I said, we removed the playpen, but we still left the playmat there, and that's where Lucy has all her toys, so she knows that she goes straight there and she could sit down and just play with her toys and have fun. This isn't exactly a baby item, but I just have to share it, and it is the Elvie wireless breast pumps. I've spoken about this many, many times on my channel, and I just absolutely love it. It made pumping for me so much more convenient. It was freaking amazing. I was able to pump. It's silent. You can't even really tell that you have it on. And I was able to still be with Lucy, care for her, and play with her. At one point during my breastfeeding journey, and I did share a video all about it, so if you haven't seen it, make sure to check that out. I was pumping after every feeding sessions, and I was able to build a freezer stash due to those pump sessions. And once Lucy stopped nursing on the breast, she was still able to get a bottle of my milk for about a month and a half later because of all those pumping that I was doing. I love it. I know that it is pricey, so you can buy the single or the double. I had the double. I just thought, if I'm gonna pump, let me just pump both breasts at once and get it done with. So if you want to pay a little bit less, they do offer the single version. The Elvie pump was just absolutely amazing and so well worth it for me. I just have to talk about the Nugget Couch. It is so freaking amazing. I had my eye on this for quite some time, and I didn't have any intentions in purchasing it for Lucy until she was about 2 years old. However, Nugget had announced that they were going to be discontinuing the color that I had my eye on, so we just ended up purchasing it. We pretty much gifted to Lucy for her first birthday. In the beginning, she had a little bit of interest, but it was kind of scary to have her on it because she's just so wild, and she would be on it crawling all over the place and really didn't have any awareness that she could fall and get hurt. So she did have a few falls that was scary. However, now that she's older, she has been loving it. We set it up in like so many different ways. Her favorite is when we have it kind of like a little teepee thing. She loves crawling in and out of that. We also keep one of them laying flat at all times. So whenever she wants to sit down, read a book, play, she goes straight there. Even when she's watching TV, watching her shows, listening to music, she loves to just sit there. It's very comfortable. And whenever I give her like her midday bottle, she goes straight to her Nugget and just lays there rolling around and enjoying herself. I love the Nugget Couch so much myself that I want to purchase another one. There's just so many different things that you can do with it. If you follow their Instagram, you can see all the little different ways you can build a couch to make it very exciting for your kids. Probably one of my favorite items that I'm going to be talking about today is the learning tower. We got this for Lucy for Christmas, and I had been eyeing it for quite some time. I just never felt like she was quite ready to use it. We gave it to her for Christmas and she loves it. She's so obsessed with it. Constantly in and out of there. She finally learned how to go down from it a few weeks back, so it's been even more easier. She loves just being eye level with us whenever I'm prepping her food. She loves to just stand there. She'll ask me for snacks while she's there because I have like a little bag with some of her crackers, so she knows exactly where they're at. If they're at arm's reach, she'll climb up and just grab what she wants and comes right back down. It's so sweet. So I think that a learning tower is so beneficial for all toddlers. She even has some meals there, not very often because I do prefer to have her on the high chair, but when she's in a sad mood, I will allow her to have a meal while standing and I'm just right in front of her watching her. She pushes it anywhere she wants. She pushes it to the dining table, and sometimes we even use that so she can do activities. So there's so many different uses for it. I absolutely love it, and sometimes I wondered why didn't we get it any sooner, but I felt like when she received it, it was the perfect time. The Kyte baby footless pajamas were one of my favorites while Lucy was an infant. We started buying them for her back when she was a newborn, not immediately after she was born, maybe about a month afterwards, and we fell in love with them immediately. She had so many different ones, different colors, even leading up until like the summertime. I started buying her the sleeveless ones. They are so great. I recommend the footless ones because as your baby grows, the pajamas can also grow with them, and they won't have any restrictions with the foot outgrowing the length if they're footed. So the footless ones are the ones we bought and we loved them. She used them for so long. I think her newborn size, she was able to use it well into maybe about 4-ish months. They were just amazing. She was able to grow with them and had so much extra room at all times. They're also the softest material ever. I think they're made out of bamboo. It's just so incredibly soft, and I feel like they're very breathable. In the wintertime, she wore them with a onesie underneath, so we made sure she was always bundled up. She had a wrap, she was very cozy, and she also had socks on. In the summertime, I didn't even need to put a onesie underneath. She would be wearing a light sack, so that way she wouldn't be too cold or too warm. So they were just amazing. I love them. We saved all of them, so if we have another baby, that baby will have them. They are pricey, but so worth it. She wore them on repeat. Those were the main go-to pajamas she wore all the way up until she turned about 12 months. And they all are still in amazing condition. And as I said, she wore the crap out of them. They all look super brand new. That just goes to show that the material is really good. This will be the last item that I'm going to be talking about today, and it is the Hatch Baby Sound Machine. We started using this from the moment Lucy came home from the hospital. Every time we would be getting her ready for the nap time, I would turn it on, and we still do the same thing till this day. Now that she's older, she knows as soon as that sound machine is on, it's nap time. We'll start walking into the room and I turn it on, and she'll even close the door behind us. It's really soothing. Rudy and I love it. I don't think I can sleep without it. We're so used to using the sound machine that I don't think there's ever going to be a time that we can go back to not having it. Another thing I want to touch on is a portable sound machine. We took one to the hospital when I went to have Lucy, and we immediately started using it with her. We would use that during car rides and whenever we would go out to run errands, whatever it may be during her nap time. So we would just have it clipped to the car seat. One time when we were at Target, the machine died and we were screwed. Lucy woke up immediately, and after that we purchased a backup portable sound machine. I know it may be a little excessive, but hear me out. During the summer, I don't know what was going on in our area, but we had multiple occasions where PG&E came to turn off our electric to do some work on their poles. And I was going crazy because they were going to turn off the power, which meant the sound machine was going to be off. And Lucy was already down for the day. Lucky us, we have 2 portable sound machines. So we just snuck into the room. We turned both of them on, one on each corner of the crib, and it worked amazing. I highly recommend a sound machine to have in the nursery and also a portable one. 2 might be a little excessive, but I do not regret it at all. We're able to make it really loud with having both of them, and there's one on each side, so I feel like the sound kind of balances it out. Thank you guys so much for joining me in today's video. If there was an item that you felt was a no regret baby item in the pricier side, let me know in the comments down below. Like always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!